Today's video, I am putting my reputation at risk. I wanted to come down to Milford and do a bit of bream fishing because it's one of my favourite summer activities, and the weather today is unbelievably gorgeous. I mean, look at the sea, it's flat as a pancake, the sun is out, there's not a cloud in the sky, not a breath of wind. I had to get out fishing today. So here I am, down Milford. We're going to catch some bream today, hopefully. There has been a few showing. The theme of today's video is me versus the industry. Now, what on earth do I mean by that? I've decided to do two rods today. On one rod, I'm going to have my own homemade rigs. The rigs, the bream rig especially, is exactly as I tied in the bream video I did last year, year before, where I ran through how to tie my bream rig. So hopefully you guys have had a go at that. And then I've picked some shop-bought rigs. Now these are nondescript shop-bought rigs, okay? I've got rigs from two different companies here, but I've taken them out of the packaging because this is not an attack on these particular companies. It is merely having a look at the difference between what you'll buy off the shelf and what you can make yourself. First thing I'm going to moan about shop-bought rigs, and this is before I've even given it a chance to catch fish, is how short they are. They're always so short. This is the entire rig. This is a 2-hook rig. The snoods on here are minute. They are, from the end of the hook to the swivel, 22 centimetres. That's not going to give us much natural movement out there at all. The snoods on mine are, well, about 90 centimetres. So considerably longer. Everything is a little bit finer, everything's a little bit bit more sort of delicate presentation and that sort of thing, which on a day like today could be massively important. It is flat, hard, gentle and bright. So I do think my rigs are going to work better, obviously, they're my rigs. But yeah, my main bugbear with shop-bought rigs is just how short they are. One of the things that holds back these companies, and I fully actually understand this, is they have to use really heavy, chunky gear. Now it's fine for me, I can use my, scaled down, smaller clips, smaller swivels, that sort of thing, because I know I'm using sort of modern equipment, I know what leads I'm using, I know what restrictions I've got in terms of lines and that sort of things. But obviously the shop guys, they might be selling this to somebody with a super stiff 2-piece rod who's chucking 8 ounces on it, something crazy, so they've got to gear up for that a little bit. One of the nice things about building your own rigs is you can build it around your own gear and your own ability. I'm going to keep everything the same. So all I'm going to be using is a little bit of rag and a little bit of mackerel. I haven't got a lot of rag because if the fish are there feeding well, I'll just use the mackerel. I love a bit of mackerel for bream. I'm going to try my hardest to cast to the same distance. I've got the same leads. I'm going to try and keep everything other than the rig itself exactly the same. So it should be a fair test. Right, I'm going to get bait in the rig, chuck it in the water, and we'll start fishing, shall we? I think one of the main challenges companies face, or possibly what they misunderstand actually, it all comes down to price, doesn't it? It all comes down to cost. I understand not everybody wants to pay £5–6 for a rig. I get that. We all work within budgets nowadays, don't we? So there has to be a market, well, there has to be products to fill the market at that sort of £2.50-ish price point, doesn't it? But I'm sure, and you guys can back me up on this, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there who would pay a couple of quid more if it was a much better quality rig, that quite simply is going to catch you more fish. Yeah, let me know if you would happily spend, and then let's put a figure on it, should we say 5 quid on a flapper rather than £2.50 on a flapper? Would you do that if it meant you'd catch more fish? Right, now goes the shop-bought rig to start with. Just going to give it a sort of, how far is that? 60–70 yard chuck to start with. Just to see what the tide's doing really. It's first cast on here. Just a tidal venue. Oh, we do have a bit of pull. Quite a lot of pull. Okay, we'll let that settle. See what happens. Might have to switch to a grip lead straight away. Oh, I feel like I cast that one shorter actually. Okay, as you're looking at them, right hand rod, shop bought, left hand rod, Fishy Tom's rigs. I'm going to get my other rigs baited up. I'm actually going to get some grip leads out. There's a nice bit of flow out there, which is good. Oh, no, that is a bite. There we go. Straight away on the Fishy Tom rig. Let's leave that out there for a sec. I'm going to get grip lead, far more tight than I was anticipating. Just getting my second shop bought rig out, and it's much longer. Got 2 for snoods here. Yeah. I'll just spend the next 30 minutes untangling the damn thing there. So used to working off of rig winders. I've actually had a bite on both rods. So even the shot port rig has had a bite, which is good news. Oh my God, I'm not doing very well with this at all. Okay, at what point do I start chopping snoods off and retying them on? The Fishy Tom rod is going for it again. And I'm still untangling my rig. Right, there we go. Oh, look at that. Right, we've got some fish on the feed today, guys. This is great news. Although my organisation and preparedness is terrible, as you can see. I'm not going to blame the rig for this. That was just me tangling it up out of the packet, wasn't it? Is that a common thing, though? Is that a common thing with shop-bought rigs? Okay, both rigs baited up. I'm going to bring in the left-hand one first, I think. Let's see. Oh my God, it's miles down there. Basically fishing Hengistbury Head. It's a bit of weight on, so we could have either fish or weed, or if I was a gambling man, I'd say both. We got fish? No, we just got tons of weed. Ah, no. And there's me saying it was fish. Turns out, oh no, we have got fish. We have got fish, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so in amongst the weed, we have a fish. First cast. First cast, a little black bream. Start the session off with 1-0 to the Fishy Tom rig. God, this is another beautiful thing about having a swivel at the end of your shock leader, is the weed pull straight through it. Right, so this cast is just going to go a little bit closer. Seeing as the weed is rubbish out there. See how that behaves with a little grip lead on, a bit closer. All right, let's try and bring this one in there. I fear for this one. This one's miles down. Oh, there's fish right on the surface there. I wonder if there's garfish around. Oh, we do have fish, guys. In amongst all that weed. Oh, that's a rubbish amount of weed. It's actually bigger than the one I caught. Wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is possibly the first bream, or fish of any description, I've caught on a shot-bought rig. And it's bigger than the one I caught on my own rig. I don't know why I'm bothering. Oh. Bite on the left-hand rod there. Haven't even had a chance to recast this one yet. Well, that's nice. That's nice that there's some fish slightly closer as well. That's good news. Feather that down a little bit. Cut the distance back. Oh yeah, look at that. We got fish, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that. That's really going for it. There's definitely a fish on that rig. Here she goes. That's a nice one as well. There we go. Beautiful things, aren't they? Just love fishing in conditions like this in the summer and catching beautiful fish like that. That is 2-1 to the Fishy Tom rig. Oh, look. Yeah. I think there's just so many fish you can catch on any rig today. Right. That's definitely a fish. Let's get that one in. Oh no. It's a fish and a snag. Ah, no. Damn it. No, gone. Ah, man. Snagged up, lost it. I feel that's like a little unfair on the shop-bought rigs there, because that would have been another fish. Quick pit stop, change of spool, shop-bought rig straight back out there. The most annoying thing about that rig, losing that rig, was that was the one that I spent about 20 minutes untangling. All that time untangling it and then just lost it on a snag first cast. Oh, what happened there? What did I miss? It's the shop-bought rig catching up. Yes, it is. Look at that one. That's a beaut. Well, now it is 2-all. 2-all plus a lost fish. They're not enormous today, but as a sort of a general average stamp of fish, they're lovely. You're going to unfold, sir. No, you're going to say fold it up. Okay, there we go. A folded up bream. 2-all. Right, let's see if we can unwrap this without completely tangling it up. I don't even know where to start. How do people survive who don't use rig winders? Oh, gone slack. What have I done this? Wow, very, very slack. Something's running towards me. Fish on. Bream number 5. Fishy Tom rig comes fighting back. I do believe that's 3-2. Starting to get into some big numbers. We know I'm going to lose count, don't we? Well, 3-2, early doors. I don't really know how long I've been here. Probably 45 minutes or so. So the first thing we've learned is the fishing's really good. That's the most important thing, we're catching fish. Second thing we've learned is those short bottle rigs actually catch fish. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. I said at the very beginning of the video, my reputation is on the line here. Interestingly, the tide has slowed. It's one of those strange venues here. It can run hard and stop in the space of just a couple of minutes. So just kind of move in and out a little bit with the tide. I suspect if it stops altogether, the fishing will slow with it. Maybe that's where the Fishy Tom rig will produce and the shop bought rig won't. Who knows? Is that a thing, or am I just clutching at straws? In amongst all the wonderful comments that you guys leave on my videos, which I always thank you for, I've had quite a few people recently asking me to tell them what gear I'm using, so what rods and reels I'm using. Now there is a reason I don't do this, and perhaps you guys have educated me that I probably should do this, okay? The reason I don't do this is because I'm in a very lucky position, okay? I obviously work in the trade, so I'll get things a little bit cheaper, and I have an exceptionally understanding wife, okay? Now my setup over here, both of those rod and reels, you're talking 4 figures each, okay? So that rod and reel, £1,000, that rod and reel, £1,000. Very, very high-end, top-end stuff. I love my fishing, it's obviously my life, I spend a lot of money on it. So if I say you need this rod and this rod to do what I'm doing, that's probably going to put off 99% of you, right? They are amazing rods, obviously. If you want to know anything about the Vervet rods, just pop in the shop and I'll show you and explain to you and tell you why they're amazing. But what I should be doing really is sort of maybe giving some ideas as to what you guys want to buy, at least sort of the style of the rod I'm using. So let's do that, shall we? I'm a big believer in the modern style rods. I don't own a sort of a 2-piece multiplier setup anymore. I grew up using them. Obviously we all did. I like the versatility of modern fixed ball setups. So I'm very much a modern fixed ball guy, you've probably noticed. A 3-piece, 4.2 metre, so roughly 14 foot, beach caster with a hybrid tip would be my go-to rod I'd recommend to most people. And there's a couple of rods I've got in the shop at the moment which are standout brilliant rods for not a lot of money. You've got the new Tronics Pro Gorilla GT, that is a fantastic rod. I think they retail at just over 100, 110. And then if you want to spend a little bit more, you've got the Penn Tidal range. Actually, they do a massive range Penn, but they do a Penn Tidal XR, again 4.2 hybrid tip, and that comes in at around the sort of 200 quid mark. That's 2 really good rods. Team that up with a decent sized fixed ball. Numbers with fixed balls is always really confusing because if I said a Penn 8000 and a Shimano 14,000, you might think the Shimano is twice the size of the Penn. It's not. Okay, all these companies use different sizes, different numbers to indicate what size reels they've got. Just a large beach size fixed ball. Go and talk to your local tackle shop. They'll help you out with that. So yeah, a 4.2 metre, 3-piece, hybrid tip rod is perfect for this sort of fishing. Nice big fixed ball reel. And line-wise, just my go-to average for everything is a bit of 0.25 mono teamed up with a 0.25 matching tapered leader. Don't use braid, it's utter rubbish for beach fishing. I will explain that if you want to come in the shop, but just don't do it. Stick with mono. 0.25 is a great all-rounder. I'm happy I can land everything on 0.25. I've had that big 20-pound blonde, I've had congers, I've had smooth ounce on 0.25, but also it's still fine enough that you're going to enjoy the benefits of fine monos, the casting, the tide cutting, all that sort of thing. So stick with 0.25 as a good all-rounder. I've had 5 Bream so far, yeah. I've had a Bream every cast so far, I've been quite lucky. Just little bits of mackerel. That's all you need. You can use a bit of worm as well if you want. Yeah. Sometimes I do a little worm tip of mackerel. I've just managed to cook those ones in the sun. But yeah, just little cubes of mackerel.
I anticipated using something bigger.
Well, it depends what you're fishing for.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, bream have got small mouths. They're quite pecky little feeders. So you're better off using a slightly smaller bit of bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little worm tipped off with a little cube of mackerel. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Makes it nice and cheap as well. I can make one mackerel last the whole session.
Exactly. Yeah. So what else do you get on here then, apart from the bream and the other?
Well, I'm just fishing for the bream, so I love bream fishing in the middle of summer. Daytime fishing as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
If I was staying into the evening, I'd have a look for the smooth hounds as well. You get a few dogs, you get a few rays, things like that. Yeah. There'll be mackerel here later on this evening. Oh, a little bite on the left hand rod there. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, these...
Yeah, so that's a little bit buoyant bead. And what that'll do is add a little bit of movement in the water. Oh, there we go, look. Little bream rattle. There we go, I love them. Oh, an energetic one. If I get that one in. Yeah, so that adds a lot of movement. And they're quite long snoods as well. Yeah. So, nice bit of movement on them. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about striking fish with beach fishing. It's... Oh. A bit of weight on that, picked up a bit of weed as well. Yeah, it's not like float fishing a river. You don't hit the bites. Let the rig do the work. Okay. It's got a great big lump of lead on the end as well, so that sort of sets the hook for you. Nice one. They've all been about the same size today, which is nice. Do you know what? I like eating bream, but we get so many of them, I tend to wait for them to be a little bit bigger. Yeah. You would. I mean, you could. You could legally sort of keep that, but
it is a bit small.
You're not going to get a lot of food off of that. No. I'm going to make a mess of that. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to put it straight back.
I'll leave it to it.
All right, mate. No worries. Enjoy yourself if you do go fishing tonight.
I will. Yeah.
Good luck. A couple of things have happened. Firstly, had a lovely chat with the gentleman there. Very nice man. He's down visiting, staying just over the road, actually. Secondly, the tide has pretty much stopped. So I've just gone a little bit further on my left-hand rod. I need to bring my right-hand rod in because I've been neglecting that one. Don't think I've had a bite on it. I might have done that I missed, but let's do that now. And I'll chuck this one a little bit further out as well. Always sort of chasing the tide in and out. But the nice thing is, normally when the tide slows down, the fishing slows down, but I'm still getting fish, which is great news. There we go, no, nothing left on that one. Oh, no bait, actually. I had a few little rattles on the left-hand rod, so I might bring that one in straight away as well. There she is. Same size as all the others, to be honest, but the lack of tide meant it didn't give us much bite. There we go. 5-2 now. Starting to feel a little bit better about myself. You tell me when you think you see a bite, all right? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah. You see that?
So, how do you not... Are you not wanting to reel it in fast?
Oh, I do, yeah. I just wanted her to see the bite.
Right, thank you.
Do you want to help me reel it in?
Do you want to help?
Yeah? Come on then. Right, let's get it moving. You come and hold the rod. Actually, I'll hold the rod. You reel for me, okay? It's going to be quite heavy. It's quite a long way out as well. If you get tired, I'll do a little bit, okay? We'll take it in turns. You got it? Ah, now you got it. Now you got it. Come and look. You've done this before. You're a professional. Shall I do a little bit? If your arms are aching?
Let him bring in a bit more and then he'll let you have it again.
Go on then. I'll do a little bit.
What do you think it'll be?
It'll be a fish called a bream.
Yeah?
Black bream. Yeah, oh yeah, you know you fished it. Right, go on then.
Right, go on then.
You do the last bit. Here it comes, here it comes. There it is, look! Can you see it?
Oh, look at it move!
Yay, well done! That'll do, there we go. Look at that! You caught yourself a fish! And you got an audience as well. They're quite spiky on the top, so...
Okay, it might be better.
Do you want a photo? If I hold it, we'll get your mum to take a photo, yeah? Oh. I got it. Right, I'll stay out of the photo.
Look at
There
me.
you go.
Wow! Oh no, I'm trying to do a video. Try again. Big smile.
Well done, well done. We'll put that one back. We'll catch a bigger one for dinner.
Look, a on.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really
Pleasure.
fun.
Enjoy the day. Well, there we go. I just caught another one. That makes it 5-2, I think. I just let that young lady who came along reel it in for me. She was very happy. There we go. That was young Ruby, was it she said? Oh, I forgot her name. Apologies, sorry if I got your name wrong. Lovely young lady came and helped me land my fish for me. Thank you very much. I'm a bit out of sync now. I didn't have a spare rig ready, so I'm going to rebait this one that I just reeled in. The shot-bought rig rod has just died a death. That early flurry I had, I thought looked really promising. I've since caught nothing, which is interesting. I'm going to get this spare rig baited up ready. Just reel in that slack. And then I'm going to bring in the shot-bought rig rod just to try and keep things fair. I need to make sure I've got fresh bait going out there all the time. I'm not just going to leave it out there for ages just because I've not had a bite. I mean, I might have missed a bite, so we better bring things in. Better try and keep things fair, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, nothing on that. Most of my bait's still there as well. So because we're on a period of slack tide now, I'm just casting a little bit further just to try and get a little bit of tide out there. Still only overhead thumping it. Right, where are we? It's 12:15. I reckon I must have been here for maybe fishing for an hour and a half now, something like that maybe. Oh, there we go. Bang, bang, bang. It's everything is on that left-hand rod now, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 5-2, just about to be 6-2, although we did have that lost fish. Let's call it 5-2 and a half, because that'll help with my maths, won't it? It's actually dropping me slack as well, so let's catch up with that. There we go. Definitely shows the importance of chasing those fish in and out with the tide. So as the tide was pulling hard to start with, I was only fishing about 40 yards. And as the tide slackened, I've probably doubled it to 80. And I've kept on the fish. Oh, that's a slightly nicer one. That's a nicer one. There we go. 6-2 to the Fishy Tom, but 8 fish in total. It's been a glorious day so far. Aren't they beautiful things? They really are. Oh! Bite on the shot-bought rig rod. Gonna come fighting back, I know it. There we go, look. Ooh. Oh yeah, look at that. What's the score? 6-2? Oh, for goodness sake, Thomas. Is it 6-2 or 7-2? And a half. 2, 4, 6, let's call it 6-2. Chucking this out further's paid dividends as well. There's a bit of weight on there. We got fish, we got fish. We got fish and a starfish. Wow. I'll tell you what, my rigs don't catch starfish, do they? Right, little bream. Gonna get it straight back because it's a hot, sunny day. Do I get bonus points for the starfish? Woo! Yeah! I'll have bonus points for that, surely. Lovely things. Oh, bite on the Fishy Tom rig. Yeah, there we go. I wasn't going to let the shot-bought rig have all the fun, was it? How dare you try and catch up and embarrass me. Love seeing them coming through that clear water. It's just so beautiful. There we go. So that brings it back to 7-3, possibly. My mate Nige suggested an abacus. Might get one. Ooh, there we go, another little brat bream. Oh my word, look at that. Oh my word, oh word. That's a proper one. Oh, oh, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't even get a chance to get my other rod back in the water. I just exploded into life for fishing again. I did actually have a 15-minute period where I sat on my box and had a little bite to eat and a drink. And I was just thinking, oh, maybe the fishing will slow until the tide starts again. And then bang, bang, bang. Here she comes. Yeah, look at that. That's a proper bream, ladies and gentlemen. On the shot-bought rig. Oh, okay, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna have to heavily edit this and cut all these fish out, I think. There we go. Biggest one of the day to the shot-bought rig. That's 4 to that rig now as well. So it's sort of 7-ish to 4. It's actually a little bit closer than I anticipated it being, but there we go. Beautiful fish. Well, that was exciting. 3 fish in seemingly as many minutes, that was, wasn't it? Reeled in the right-hand rod. And as I was doing that, the left-hand one went. And as I was doing the left-hand rod, the right-hand one went again. Which does mean that right-hand rod was only in the water for just a couple of minutes. Have I just missed a bite on the left-hand rod? I have a feeling that's moved. Yeah, a little something, having a little quiver. Certainly not as big as the last fish I caught. Oh! Why does it always happen when I'm facing the wrong way? There we go. As Delia once famously said, let's be having ya. We got her. Anybody got any idea what the score is now? Is this 8? Or 9? Could be 6, 10, 14. Well, there we go. Kind of piece of the, but you know, the average stamp today has been a really nice sized fish. Haven't had any of those tiny little micro bream. I can pester you sometimes. Oh, straight away. Oh, blimey. That could be a better one, couldn't it? Just about managed to have time to bait up the spare rig. Ooh, fish on! There she is. You know, considering the bite and the fact that it gave a bit of a fight on the way in, pretty much exactly the same size as all the rest of them. There we go. Bream number on the Fishy Tom rig. Righty-ho, spare rig's baited up. Let's see if the fishing continues as fast and frenetic as it's just been, shall we? The way I'm looking after my bait is shocking. I've just literally put a handful of ragworms on my table and just let them just cook in the sun, which is wonderful. They're still moving, which is a miracle, but they're quite hot. The mackerel I don't actually care about. I mean, it looks terrible, but it dries out and it toughens it up. Oh, was that a bite? Yeah, there we go, look. Straight in again. There are some fish around today, guys. Boingy, boingy, boingy. That doesn't look like a particularly big one, but... Oh, they're both going. Oh, yes. Hee. Come on, shot-bought rig. Why am I supporting the shot-bought rig? Come on, Fishy Tom rig. Yes, there we go. Which one went first? The left one definitely went first, didn't it? But now the right one, oh, I don't know. I don't know which one to bring in. I feel like if I bring in the left one, you guys are going to shout favouritism and say, it's biased, it's not a fair test. Oh, do you know what, actually, based on that fact, based on the fact that I know you guys are rooting for the other rig, I'm going to bring in the right-hand one. That's only fair, isn't it? Let's bring in this one. Oh, no. Oh, no. That doesn't feel like a fish on the end. Oh, absolutely stripped rig. Not a scrap of bait left on it. That is the problem. One of the problems with shot-bought rigs. For £2.50, you're not going to get top of the range hooks, are you? Right, is this one going? Have I missed that one as well? That'd be funny, wouldn't it, if I missed them both? Ah, I didn't miss this one. Didn't miss this one, see? That's because it's a quality rig. It's but a wee one, though. It's but a wee one. Possibly the smallest one of the day. I reckon that's got to be double figures to the Fishy Tom rod now, isn't it? Have we hit the 10 mark, or am I grossly exaggerating everything? Oh, no. Bite on the shot-bought rig again. I'm not going to rush it this time. I'm sure you guys told me off for that on the last cast. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm having that. I'm having that. Yes. Here she comes. There we go. Gosh, landed this one. Back to your average standard size one. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's always important to make really dramatic noises when you get a bite. You know, all adds to the excitement of the fishing. Fishy, 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 fishy on. Ooh, that's a slightly better one. Is it? No, not really, just the same. Isn't it funny, when they're in the water, they look so much bigger. The light catches them as they're in the water. Right, there we go, number 642, I think we're on. I've lost count, but it's somewhere around there, isn't it? You're going to sit still so I can show you off to the people at home? Lovely things. Well, I'm going to recast this one. No fish. Let's drop my other rig. We'll be fair, we'll keep the fresh bait going out, so I'll keep working it hard, give it every chance. Oh! That's a fish. Beauty. Not the biggest of the day though. Biggest of the day, sorry, is still going to the shop bought rig, isn't it? We are just treated to some incredible bream fishing today though, guys. It's been an incredible day. Yet another one. I'm trying not to be lazy today. I'm trying to put fresh bait out every cast. Trying to resist the urge of recasting old bait. Because I'm not going to run out today. It's only a short session. I've just reeled this in. There's plenty of bait left on that, look. But Tom's top tip. Always put fresh bait on. Come on, shop bought rig. You're really flagging behind now. It's in the same spot with the same baits on. It's got to be the movement, isn't it? It's got to be that movement of the snoods. That little pop-up possibly creating the little movement, that little visual of the pop-up perhaps. Could be the clearer line. I mean, much, much thicker line on the shop bought rig, isn't it? Maybe there is something in that. Maybe they can see the line and maybe they are spooked off. Probably a combination of lots of those things really, isn't it? It's been nice actually. Been looking up and down the bank today, seeing everybody reeling in fish, which is brilliant. Lovely gentleman to my left, as I'm looking out to sea. One of my customers. I actually saw him in the shop today buying his bait as I was getting my gear. He's had a couple of lovely bream. Gentleman down there with the red beach shelter, red t-shirt. He's been running around catching loads of bream, so yeah, lots of fish down here at the minute, guys. Let's bring this one in. Let's bring this one in. Do you know what I'm surprised on actually? I'm surprised I haven't had a double shot. Obviously a lot of fish there. Whatever reason, just literally just picking off ones at a time. Oh, it's another bream. What a surprise. What's the score, guys? I'm gonna guess 13.
Nah.
Unlucky 13. Maybe this is the one, maybe this is it. This will be my last fish on the Fishy Tom rig, and the shop rig will come flying back now. Right, that one's back in the water. Whilst I'm rebaiting this one, I'm going to give you today's Fishy Tom top tip. And this is just about bait presentation, okay? So, a lot of you guys would have heard me say this in the past, but to all my new viewers, when I'm fishing for bream, bream are what I call pecky feeders, okay? They're relatively small-mouthed, and they just come along and they sort of peck and nibble and attack at things. They don't necessarily like a bass or ray or something like that, but they don't sort of engulf the whole bait in one and just run off with it. They haven't got that sort of mouth. So what I usually do, what I always do, sorry, not what I usually do in the slightest bit, I use a cube of mackerel, so a little square piece like that, okay? Not a long sort of dangly bit. And the reason why I don't do a long dangly bit, let me put a long dangly bit on the end of the hook and I will demonstrate. There we go, so that's a long strip of mackerel and that's my little square or cube, as I shouldn't call it because it's not geometrically a cube. But there we go, long strip. And it looks wonderful and people say, oh yeah, it flaps around and moves, you get added movement, that sort of thing. Poppycock and perfiffle, that is. All this does is gives that bream the opportunity to go nom 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 nom. Thank you very much, I'm running off with this bait now. The hook is still here. Whereas my small square, it goes nom nom nom, ow, I'm in. Don't give them a free meal. Don't give them the opportunity to have a free meal and run off with your bait. The movement should come from your snood, okay? So that little bit of mackerel on my hook is still wafting around and moving around in the tide because we've got a nice, light bit of fluorocarbon. We've got a little pop up here and a smallish lightweight hook that is actually going to naturally move around. Don't try and make movement with the size of your bait. Make movement with the pop up and the snood and everything. Same applies for worms. So if you're fishing with worm baits, make sure the whole worm is on the hook. Put on the hook, up the snood, nothing dangling below. If you've got worm dangling down the bottom and off the hook, all that gives is the opportunity for that fish to pull and pluck at that worm, pull it off the hook. So always make sure, here's a oven baked bit of ragworm as my demonstration here. The whole worm is up the snood and there's nothing trailing below the hook. There's the hook, look. There's nothing trailing below that at all. And obviously in this instance, I'm just putting that little geometrically incorrect cube of mackerel on the end of my ragworm. There we go. Rag tipped with a bit of mackerel. Absolutely wonderful summer bream bait. Or when they're feeding like this, you can just go with a bit of mackerel and do away with the ragworm. I can't buy a bite on the shop bought rig at the minute, guys. Let's get the fresh bait going out there. Oh, blimey. Took the rod off the rest, that one. That definitely wasn't a, I'll just leave that bite to develop type of bite, was it? They're amazing things, bream, when you think about it, you know. I might reel this in and I might say, oh, that's a nice bream, but it's still probably only a fish of a pound and a bit. How many fish out there can pull a rod off a rest at just a pound and a bit? They look dainty and beautiful, but they really are aggressive. It does help that that tide's just started to pick up, so fish use tide as well, you know, they'll have picked up that bait and it'll have ran with the tide a little bit. There we go. Well, it is a slightly better fish, but it is only a modest bream. That's a nice bream, actually. I'm underestimating that one. What a beaut. Lovely, cracking bite. Good little scrap on the way in. Wonderful thing. Well, you might be able to tell from the right-hand rod that's been out there for a little bit longer, the tide has picked up. Tip's hooped over nicely. So I'm just switching all my rigs back to grips. I've actually been really lazy. I've just been sort of flitting between the two all day, really. Haven't really needed grips for most of the fishing today, but very lazily left them on most of the rigs. Ooh. Just having my bait over then. Whee! See how much more exaggerated the bites are with that tide running now. Look at that. That's amazing. Fish has picked up my bait and he's running with the tide, really hammering that tip down. He's on there. I like to give it a little bit. Don't necessarily jump on your rod and haul it in on the first bite. You never know, you might pick up another one. It's still on there. Even if it's just the one, it's another one. Oh, that's a bit of weight. Aye! At last I have a double shot. Taking me all day. Now I don't know how many fish, but I have my first double shot of bream. There we go. 2 at a time now. 2 at a time. At the double. Let's have a change of bait on this one as well. I'm quite surprised this hasn't gone, to be fair. Clearly some fish feeding out there. Right, fresh bait in the water on both rods. I've cast them both out. I'm going to make this the last cast, I've decided. I've got to draw the line at some point. I feel like I want to fish here all day, but I've got to go home, see my family. And the tide's picked up, so if the weed starts, it'll be less fun. But anyway, let's have a little look. Let's have a little overview of what we've achieved so far. Firstly, I've had an absolutely brilliant day. I've just loved it. It's been everything I love about summer fishing. The weather's been amazing, of course. The fishing has been brilliant, just bream after bream after bream. One of my favourite summer species. I've even had a lovely chat with some lovely people walking past. It's just been a fabulous day, really. It's been really lovely. Secondly, the challenge, the whole point of this video, the shop-bought rig versus homemade rigs. Now, that got off to an interesting start, didn't it? That really did surprise me. The shop-bought rig was 2-all at one stage and almost 3-2 if I hadn't lost that fish in that snag. So that was quite interesting. As the day progressed, it was quite clear and obvious, though, that the homemade rigs, that they won out handsomely in the end. I don't know what the score was. I'm going to guess somewhere 16, 17 to 5, 6 or something like that, was it? It was convincing in the end, but, and I'm going to say but, it was actually really nice to catch fish on shop-bought rigs. It was nice to know that actually the stuff that I'm selling in the shop, it does catch fish. So if you don't have time or means or whatever to tie your own rigs, you know what? They're not too bad. They're not too bad. They will catch your fish. However, if you've got the opportunity to buy or make longer, better quality rigs, do it, because the difference is pretty obvious. Right, well, on that bombshell, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to see if anything comes of these last 2 casts, and then I'm going to go home very, very happy and contented. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've really enjoyed filming. It's been a wonderful day. If you did, don't forget, like and subscribe. Always appreciate that. Whack a load of comments in too as well, please. I try and reply to as many as I can, but I'm a busy guy, so if I forget you or miss you, I apologise. But anyway, on to the next one. I shall see you then. Cheers, guys.